Good day and welcome. I'm here today with Joleen Chaney, anchor woman, excuse me, and reporter for News Channel 4. How are you doing today, Joleen?
Fantastic.
So I'm gonna interview you today. Pop off some questions.
All
so,
right.
where did you attend high school?
Rush Springs High School.
What was their mascot?
It's very politically correct, the Redskins.
Wait.
Before that, it was the Melonheavers.
Oh.
That's in the early days.
Wow.
It changed.
So you're from the early days?
I wouldn't go back that far. Yeah.
Well, so I got some pretty important questions for you today, but
All right.
I gotta get this one out. So, Are you a dog person or a cat person?
Dog.
I agree with you. What type of dogs do you have?
I have a mini golden doodle.
Oh,
Her
really?
name is Penny.
Penny?
Mm-hmm.
She shines like a
Do
penny?
you want to see a picture? No.
Later.
Okay.
So, how did you get started in this line of work? Was it one of your lifelong dreams?
I like to write. I like to read. And growing up, I wanted to be either a journalist or an attorney. I started off as a communications major at Cameron University, which is in Lawton, very small school. You have 2 internships in that program at the time, and so I used the first internship to intern at a bigger station at a bigger market. So there are roughly 250 television markets in Oklahoma. Oklahoma City is about market 40. It fluctuates with the population. So that would be considered a top 50 market, which is a big, on the bigger side of TV markets. And then, so my first internship, I interned at KFOR, Channel 4, and then I did a second internship at a smaller station in Wichita Falls, Texas, which is market 149. So there aren't as many viewers. I guess to answer your question, how I got started, we had a girl who graduated from the program, and she just spoke to our class. Afterwards, I talked with her and then decided to shadow her. So I lived in Rush Springs at the time, and I would commute an hour and a half, 2 hours to Wichita Falls, Texas, just to shadow this news anchor. And I ended up getting a job there. That was my first on-air job while I was still in
at
college.
Wichita Falls.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. On-air job.
On
Before that,
air?
Yeah, I worked the
What-
assignment desk at KFOR, which is I worked 2 to 11 on Saturday and Sunday, and I essentially ran the teleprompter, answered phones, and whatever they'd let me do.
And what year was that?
2007?
Oh, I was like 3.
Uh-huh.
So you've obviously been around a lot, like at different stations, and
Uh-huh.
you've gone across Oklahoma.
Just regional.
Regionally.
Uh-huh.
Regionally, you've been around. So, in your time as a news anchor and a reporter, what do you think the craziest / funniest thing ever to happen that you had reported was? And do you have time for that?
Time would be thinking about it. Well, that's kind of a tricky question. What I think is funny may not be appropriate. So it depends on the audience and how that's taken. So I don't know how to answer that question.
Well, I heard from all of us here,
Okay.
you're kind of locally famous for one incident with a little nice elderly or middle-aged woman who's ain't nobody got time for that ass.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah.
So
And if you read about that a little bit, that might be funny to some people, but to other people, it is not funny. So it depends on how that is received. So that is the importance of how you word it, how you set it up, in your demeanor. Because if you laughed at it, that could mean you are making fun of her. Maybe she didn't think it was funny. Maybe she was serious. You have to, that's a loaded. That is a loaded statement, a loaded question, and a loaded story.
So would you say this is your dream job? You going around Oklahoma and reporting, being a news outlet.
My dream job locally.
Mm-hmm.
ideally, I would like to work for, I don't know, 60 Minutes or Dateline.
That does every
locally,
news anchor.
this is, yes.
So, I understand you're a mother.
Mm-hmm.
How many children do you have?
Two.
Two? They're rascals, aren't they?
Rascals?
Yeah, when you have to deal
I
with
don't think they could say they're rascals. Yeah.
Mother's gotta have an opinion.
22 and 17.
22 and 17.
Uh-huh.
Wow, they're older than I thought they were.
Well, yeah.
Well, from all of us here at WOOF, the HAL Media, I'd like to thank you for taking the time to come down here and, just visit with us and, give us great pointers about, how to put a mic on.
Great.
And so thank you, and, thank you for this time, and
Uh-huh.
it was great talking to you.
Yes, thank you.